Look at all of these books by women of color. Hey guys, it's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. I know I've been really slow on uploads this month. It's just because I've had a ton of stuff going on, things to get ready for, and also some things with my family that kind of needed a little bit more attention than YouTube, but I'm not going away. I'm definitely here to stay. So if you've subscribed already, thank you so much for your support. And if you haven't, consider subscribing to this channel today or thumbs upping this video and sharing it with someone else who you think might love this content. So today I wanted to hop on and do a Friday reads just to show you guys what I'm currently reading and some books I'm hoping to get to before the end of the month. I kind of set a TBR for myself at the start of the month with books that I knew I was really interested in getting to, but that has kind of totally shifted after some recent events. So I was on Twitter and I saw someone post this tweet that said basically it's amazing that there were two black women who are currently like the first and second slots on the New York Times bestseller list, and it's Angie Thomas and Tomi Adeyemi, the author of Children of Blood and Bone, which is a new young adult fantasy release that I haven't read yet, but I'm dying to because everyone who's read it has said it's amazing. And it kind of got me thinking about other releases that I was excited for this year, and there are so many amazing 2018 releases by women of color, not just black women, Asian women, Muslim women. So I think gone are the days where you can kind of say that you don't read diversely because there's not enough published work by people of color out there, because I don't think there's ever been more than there is at this time. Not that there's nearly enough. I mean, we definitely don't see the same level of recognition and money and publishing being given to authors of color as we do their white counterparts, but I do think that this is a really exciting time to be a reader who's interested in reading diverse titles, diverse characters, new settings. Like, if you wanted to travel the world right now, you're being given the books to really do that, and I definitely suggest taking advantage of that. So you can't see because actually I'm sitting in front of my bookshelves for this video, but I have a stack of 4 books behind me that I want to talk about that I'm hoping to finish before the end of the month. It's been a slower reading month for me. I've only actually finished at this point 2 books, and I'm hoping that one of these will be the 3rd that I finish really soon, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be. So yeah, let's jump into the books. So the first book I want to talk about is one that I was just really late to the party to, and that is Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. Why didn't anyone ever tell me how beautiful the writing in this book is? I mean, from page 1, I was blown away. This book is masterful, and I'm just about done. There are 13 chapters. I'm on chapter 11. I have, I think, like less than 40 pages left, so I'll probably finish this tonight. But the characters are so intriguing because once you think you have them figured out, Celeste just kind of figures out a way to show you another layer of them that you didn't expect to be there. And I mean, the premise of the story kind of always intrigued me, but I just never thought to pick it up. And I actually have Little Fires Everywhere on my shelves. I got it as one of my book of the month picks, but I knew I wanted to read this first before I read that one, just because I tend to like reading authors' books in publication order, even if they're not part of a series. So I'm so glad I read this when I did. I honestly wish I would have taken this on my recent trip to Pittsburgh I took a couple weeks ago, because I know I would have knocked this out just on that plane ride, and that travel story is a video for another time, but I definitely would have had the time to really dig into this book, and I'm so glad that I did. I can totally see this being either a 4.5 to 5-star read for me, depending on how it all ends. So I'm excited to wrap this one up soon. The next book I want to talk about is one that has been co-signed by one of my favorite people of all time, Reese Witherspoon. If you don't know, she runs a book club. They pick one book every month and they discuss it, I think, just on Instagram, but they have a separate Instagram account for the book club, which I will link in the description. But the current pick that I think they just finished reading is called Erotic Stories for Punjabi Women, and this book was recommended to me on Goodreads. Like, you know how they do the suggested reads on the side? It was recommended to me. I was definitely intrigued by the title and the cover. I mean, it has a great cover. Yeah, so I decided to pick this up when I was in Barnes & Noble because I had a coupon, and I'm really excited. The synopsis sounds right up my alley. I'm going to read the back to you guys. Every woman has a secret life. Nikki, a modern daughter of Indian immigrants, has spent most of her 20-odd years distancing herself from the traditional Sikh community of her childhood, preferring a more independent, that is, Western life. When her father's death leaves the family financially strapped, Nikki impulsively takes a job teaching a creative writing course at the community center in the beating heart of London's close-knit Punjabi community. The proper Sikh widows who show up are expecting to learn English, not short story writing. When one of the widows finds a book of erotica and shares it with the class, Nikki realizes beneath their white dupattas, her students have a wealth of fantasies and memories that they have held in for far too long. Eager to liberate these modest women, she teaches them how to express their untold stories, unleashing creativity of the most unexpected and exciting kind. Yes, like all of this. I'm so excited to get into this. It's another book that I'm kind of predicting will be a 5-star read, and I don't know if this is a debut for this author, written by Bali Kaur Jaswal, but if it is, I mean, I'm excited to get into it, and if it's not, I would wonder what other title she's written and what kind of vein they're in. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I have high hopes for it, and I will definitely be getting to this before the end of the month. The next book has been all over BookTube and Bookstagram. I think everyone's reading it or picking it up or has at least heard about it, and that is The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. I'm probably butchering her last name, but this is the book. Another one I picked up in Barnes & Noble because I did have that coupon, which comes in handy. And it's a really interesting book. It features a black main character who basically gets stuck in an elevator with this guy, and they both end up being each other's wedding dates. And I think it's one of those strangers to love tropes that, you know, if it's done well, I don't mind that trope in particular. There are a few books that do like the weird romance tropes really well that I appreciate, and then there are some that completely like botch it. But this one I have high hopes for. I've seen like mixed reviews about it, but it's blurred by Roxane Gay, and I stand for Roxane Gay, so I don't know, we'll see. I think it has like about a 3.3 rating on Goodreads, which, I mean, it only means so much, and it's still a pretty new release, so I don't know how many people have actually read it who are reviewing it, but I'm excited. It's something light, and I can use a lighter read these days, so I'm hoping that this will kind of meet that need. So the last book I want to talk about is one that I've never been more afraid of getting spoiled for, which is so weird because I never thought that I would be concerned about book spoilers before, but people have been posting quotes and lines from this book that I'm grateful for because I did not expect the writing to be that mind-blowingly beautiful, but I don't want to be spoiled for the actual story. And that book is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X. Arpan. I have been excited for this book, honestly, since it was announced. I regret not requesting an art copy because I would have loved to have gotten my hands on this and reviewed it sooner, but I'm like afraid to flip open a page because I don't want to be spoiled. But I mean, there are just so many lines that people have posted. I'm trying to find one that I saw Books and Lala post either on her Instagram stories or on Twitter, and once I saw that line, I was like, oh, I'm reading that book this month. I'm gonna read this excerpt, and if you don't want to be spoiled, I will put a book emoji on the screen right here, and when the emoji is gone, you know it's safe to continue watching and you won't hear any more of the quote. So this is from, again, The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X. Arpan, and this is the passage that blew my mind away, and I was like, oh, I honestly wanted to put the book that I was reading down, which is Everything I Never Told You, right away, and just pick this one up because I was like, I have to know what brought this line about. So it goes. We try so hard to make these little time capsules, memories strung up just so, like holiday lights, casting the perfect glow and the perfect tones. But the picking and choosing of what to look at, what to put on display, that's not the true nature of remembering. Memory is a mean thing, slicing at you from the harshest angles, dipping your consciousness into the wrong colors again and again. A moment of humiliation or devastation or absolute rage, to be rewound and replayed, spinning a thread that wraps around the brain, knotting itself into something of a noose. It won't exactly kill you, but it makes you feel the squeeze of every horrible moment. How do you stop it? How do you work the mind free? What? Like, how are you not? If that doesn't make you want to read this book, then I don't know what will. It also has a really pretty cover. I got this through Book of the Month. I was shocked when I saw it because they traditionally only give out adult books and mostly literary fiction, sometimes mystery and thriller, but now they've really started to expand not only their genre but the age range. And they're dabbling in YA, which I'm excited about because, I mean, I have been really underwhelmed by YA over the past maybe 6 months of releases, but there are some books that have surprised me, and I have a feeling this is going to be one of them. I honestly think that every book in this video has the potential to be a 4 or 5 star read, and I think it's amazing that they're all written by women of color, and it's a great way to support diversity in literature, diversity in authors. I mean, it's amazing what you can do just by giving a book a chance. I think that that's my favorite part of the booktube and bookstagram community, is that you find these books that maybe you never would have found on your own, but now you have the chance to discover a whole new world, and it's amazing, and I'm excited to kind of dig into this world very soon. So excited for all of these books. I don't really know what I want to read next. I'll finish Everything I Never Told You probably either tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow's also my birthday, so by the time this video goes up, my birthday will have already passed because I'm going to put this up on Friday. But I might even have one of these books done by then. So I always leave my Goodreads linked in the description too, as long as links to all my other social media and my blog, where you can find new posts every single week. I post. And if you're a current subscriber or you've seen my videos before, you might notice that things look a little bit differently. I recently upgraded my film gear because I really wanted to make just as high of quality of videos for you guys as I possibly can. So I got new lighting, there's a new camera set up, new audio, which I'm trying to figure out. So I'm sorry if anything looks a little off or sounds off. I'm still kind of tinkering with the settings to get it all under control, but hopefully this is good. I've been rambling for a few minutes too long now. I'm super excited for all of these books. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Question of the day: what's a recent book release that you're really excited about, or a book that you wish you would have read but haven't yet? Leave that answer in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!